Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce one of the greatest singers that I know, one of the greatest singers that I've heard. I would like to announce Teena Marie. Teena Marie, are you there?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Good.
It was a bit of a heart-wrenching situation. I was trying to get in contact with you and the number kept on dialing out itself. So I'm glad you're here. Very glad you're here. What's been happening? I mean, in London, we hardly ever hear of you. I mean, unless you're a proper fan, unless we actually search information about you, we don't get to hear that much about you. What have you been up to?
I just released my 13th CD.
Wow.
The single's just out right now, Can't Last a Day. It's a duet with Faith Evans.
Yeah, so I heard the track yesterday. I loved it. Somebody posted it on YouTube. So,
good.
Yeah, it's a really nice track. I heard that she's like one of your favourite singers.
Of the younger ladies.
Yeah. So how did that situation come? Like, did you phone her and say, come on, let's do a track together?
Actually, we already knew each other. And, she lives not too far from me, and we have a mutual friend. We've kicked it a few times at my friend's house, and after I finished the record, I just thought that she would sound really nice on it as well.
Oh, cool.
So I contacted her, and she heard it, and she loved the track. And
yeah, there's a lot of good responses for amazing responses for that track. Obviously, it's a new single, so that means there must be an album coming out.
June 9th.
June 9th. I heard it's going to be much more jazzier, this album.
There's a lot of jazz on it too, but there's still a lot of dance music and a lot of really beautiful R&B ballads. There's a duet with Howard Hewitt called Lover's Lane, R&B ballad. There's an up-tempo dance track with MC Light.
Okay.
There's a song with my daughter called Milk and Honey. My daughter's doing a duet with me. There's an inspirational song called Soldier that I did with Pastor Shirley Murdoch.
Mm-hmm.
We got quite a few nice little cameos on it.
Okay,
and
cool.
There's some jazz stuff too. I did a song with George Duke and great jazz drummer Terry Lynn Carrington. So we got a wide variety of the music that I love.
Okay. Did you produce this album yourself?
Actually, I've always produced my albums, except for the very first one. I produced all of them.
I actually wanted to ask you about the very first album. I mean, I've obviously been studying you for a very long time, and I know that on the first album that you did, Wild and Peaceful, you didn't have your face on it for reasons that were a black audience maybe would not buy the album because they would have known that you was a white singer. Is that correct?
Well, I'm not really sure exactly how they looked at it, but Mr. Gordy really just wanted the music to be heard on its own merit.
Okay.
And at that time, nobody of my color really sang like me.
Yeah.
Didn't know how people were going to take to it, whether they were black or white.
Yeah.
So they put a Seascape on the record, and he said he just really wanted the music to be heard first. And they had did a lot of that back in the race music days, where on black records they would put, you might see some white surfers on a Temptations record.
Yeah.
So he used the same formula with me.
Okay. Did you ever experience any racism though?
Never from black people.
Okay. And what made you want to split from, I mean, obviously Rick James was doing the first album. What made you want to take creative control on the second album?
Actually, Rick kept telling me that I could do myself. I had been producing my own demos in demo studio at Motown.
Okay.
And when he was working on his second album, he couldn't do himself and me at the same time.
Okay.
And he kept telling me to go ahead, and do myself, because he loved all the demos that I was doing. And I didn't really actually think I was quite ready yet, so the second album I actually co-produced with Richard Rudolph,
Mm-hmm.
who was married to Minnie Riperton.
Yeah, yeah.
And then after that, I felt confident enough to produce myself, and that's when Irons in the Fire came out, and then, of course, It Must Be Magic, and then all the CBS, the Epic records.
Okay, you produced all these albums, and then I think you had a break because you had your daughter.
Around 91, when I got pregnant, I wanted to be hands-on in my daughter's life and raise her myself, not get a nanny, and so I took off for about 4 years.
How difficult was that for you to kind of split from music, seeing that it was a part of your life for a long time?
It wasn't difficult at all. I was still touring, taking her with me. Actually wasn't recording for about maybe 3-4 years.
That's quite interesting that you say that, because I run a website called Female Beatmakers, and on this website we have a collection of women that are producers and engineers. I created the website because I believe that women should have hobbies, and women should do, I mean, we don't just have to sing, we can produce, we can compose, we can do all types of stuff.
Do a lot of things.
Exactly. Exactly, we can do all of these things, and I'm happy to know that you had a child and you continued doing your work, because a lot of people tend to think, oh, once I have children, everything has to settle down. I can't do this, I can't do that now. I'm just going to stay at home and be a housewife.
My daughter has been raised in the music business, so, you know, my daughter is very talented, and she's singing as well. Like I said, we're doing a duet on my new album, and on her own project right now. So she's always been around it, and she actually does all the background vocals with me on my own records, and now is working on her own music.
I would love to see you guys perform over here.
Oh, I would love to bring her.
Do you know when you're going to come over? If there is ever a chance that you will come over.
My manager is going over there in a few weeks and trying to work some things out for us.
So there is a possibility that I might be able to see.
I was there was when I was pregnant with my daughter. I haven't been there since '91.
Oh wow. If you didn't have music in your life, what else would you do? Have you got any other hobbies outside of music?
I do a lot of things. I'm an archer.
Okay.
Yeah, I love to cook. I probably would go to chef school. I love to read. I love sports. If I wasn't doing music, I don't know necessarily what I would do as a career, but probably at this point I probably wouldn't even do anything other than retire and enjoy my life. But you know, I love traveling with my daughter. She just got back from Florida. She was working with the Cash Money Millionaire. So her and her manager and I went, and I kind of just sat by the pool and enjoyed myself while they went off to the studio. It was awesome. And just travel. I'll probably travel a lot.
Okay. This is a question. Somebody texted in this question and said, music has evolved a lot since the 80s, the sound, the technology, the distribution. Have you accepted the change and gone with the flow without stressing over it, or do you wish that you could step back in time?
Well, you know, I think I still use different formulas from when I first started until now. I think I really just listen to the song and determine what that particular song needs. Sometimes I cut the song live, just as I would have cut it back then.
Okay.
Sometimes the song maybe might call for a drum machine. You know, it's more, you know, now. But I kind of just do a mixture of things, and it seems to still work, and it seems to still be current.
Okay.
That's kind of the formula that I use.
Okay. Is there any, I know that you play loads of instruments, is there any instrument that in particular that you would want to get, because I know that you play the guitar, I know you play percussion, is there any other instruments that you would like to play, like drums maybe, or?
I play drums a little bit, I'm not very good. I like the saxophone.
Okay.
Played for a little while, but it was making my lips look funny, so one of my best friends made me stop playing that. I think it would be nice. I mean, I have a flute.
Okay.
Sometimes I try to play flute. Get a little winded. But that's nice because you can take it everywhere you go.
Okay, and over the years, we've seen you collaborate with loads of different people. Is there anybody in particular that you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
I've worked with so many people, from Lenny Kravitz to Faith to Gerald Levert to Rick James. You know, I can't think of anyone right now. I'm working with my daughter, and that's really, really exciting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think a duet with me and Alicia Keys would be wonderful. There's some great, great musicians and entertainers out there. I just got a chance to work with some great jazz musicians, and that's kind of my true love is jazz music.
I know that you did a gig recently in New Orleans. What was the vibe like over there?
Awesome when I go to New Orleans. I'm actually going back for the Essence Festival.
Okay.
I'm performing at Essence on July 5th. And I've just done Essence about maybe 4 times now.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's a big arena, so it's usually about 80,000 people. And since the early days, I've always been really, really loved in New Orleans. And actually, my new album is called Congo Square, and it's dedicated to New Orleans.
Oh,
Congo
okay.
Square is a place in the French Quarter where on Sundays, back in slavery times, the slaves were allowed to don their native costumes and go and dance and sing. So I thought about all the spiritual music that was made there, and then the jazz that came afterwards, the West Indian music, and then all the music that's come through New Orleans for the last 400 years, and I thought it would be a nice idea to pay a tribute album. Because I always have felt like that's my second home, and that's how they treat me. And so I dedicated the album to New Orleans, and I thought it was a really, really great idea to actually have Congo Square be like our address.
Okay.
Any of the ancestors that ever lived there, any of the jazz musicians that came through, the R&B musicians, the older jazz musicians like Louis Armstrong, who really is the father of jazz, and Sarah Vaughan and Ella Fitzgerald, and even to the younger artists like Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, and it really came out awesome. I actually found out, like, right when I finished the project, that my great grandparents were actually from there, and I never knew that.
Oh wow!
I thought they were from Texas.
So no wonder there was a connection.
And my cousin actually told me that before my family was in Texas, they were in New Orleans, and my great grandmother was actually married in the St. Louis Cathedral, which is right next to the French Quarter. So it was pretty amazing that I would find this out, at the end of my 13th album. I could have found it out 20 years ago when I was working on a completely different record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I found it out right at this time, and then it kind of just pulled everything together for me, because the moment I stepped off the plane, 25, 30 years ago, I felt this deep, deep mystical connection to New Orleans. And now I know why.
Now you know why. It's nice speaking to you, by the way. I'm really, really happy that I'm speaking to you.
I really want to come over there and start,
Oh, we want you over here.
More, European touring. I really do want to bring my daughter.
Yeah, definitely. You've got a massive fan base over here. I've built a Facebook group a few months ago called Get Teena Marie in London.
Oh,
and
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm dedicated right now.
Before we hang up, so I can make sure that you get that Can't Last a Day, that single.
Oh yes.
Actually, I'll send you the whole CD.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I just wanted to speak about your Walk of Fame. What's this? I'm really, really interested in this, and I'm going to put this up on my Facebook group as well. But we're trying to get you on the Walk of Fame. I don't understand.
The Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame?
Yeah. I mean, it's on the website, isn't it?
They're working on it right now for 2010. Oh,
good. I'm glad. All of you guys right now who are listening to the show, we're trying to get Teena Marie on the Walk of Fame. Please log on to her website and you would find all the details there about what's actually going on. I think it'll be a fantastic...
The official Teena Marie.
The official Teena Marie website.
And then on Twitter, too. I'm like Miss Teena Marie. So if they want to Twitter me, they can, too.
Cool. Okay, well, it's been a pleasure. A massive pleasure having you. I'm really, really happy that I've been able to speak.
Over there and talking to you.
Yeah, I don't know who I have to kidnap to get you over here, but I'm going to kidnap someone.
Well, they're working on it.
Okay, well, thank you, Teena, for joining us.
You want to hold on after you?
Oh, yes, please, yeah.
When you call back, that's fine, too. But I will take your information down and send you the CD.
Thank you very much, Teena. Thank you. All right then. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Teena Marie that we had on the phone. I'm blushing right now. I'm blushing like a little schoolgirl, but it's all good. I'm going to play you some more tracks. Well, I'm going to play you one more track, and then unfortunately I have to go because I've gone over my time limit now. But thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you on the other side.